Hey GX community, thank you for joining me on a beautiful Friday. We are going to be going into the weekend. I am hooking up my boat to hit the lakes and I come across this problem. So what better opportunity than right now to start shooting a video to help you guys out. I came across a problem, folks, and this is a problem I've been having for quite some time, and it didn't really bother me as much before. But now, as my back starts to go out, as I start to age, I'm starting to have problems with this issue, and I need to find solutions. So I just wanted to touch base on this particular issue I was having, and it didn't occur to me that this would be such an excellent opportunity to shoot a video. I'm not lacking ideas and videos to shoot. I got a long laundry list of videos to make for you guys, but when an idea like this comes along, I gotta whip out my camera and I gotta do it quick before I become complacent and before I get lazy and not do it at all, and I put it at the end of the list. So here you go, guys. This is for all of you guys that tow travel trailers, that tow boats, that tow car trailers. This is for anybody that uses your tow hitch plug. That tow hitch plug that's deep underneath your bumper on the driver's side, okay? The one that you can't even see, just walking past your vehicle, just standing up right here. Just like domestic vehicles, you can see it from a mile away because they're like right here and right here and right here. But with your Lexus GX460, unfortunately, your plug is hidden underneath. So this poses several problems. First, for those of you who are fat fucks that can't see your toes when you look down to the floor, and this also includes everybody else, you're gonna have to get down on your knees just to plug this into your truck. Secondly, you have to bend over backwards looking up at the sky just to see the plug. Third, unless you were born with a flashlight stuck on your forehead, half the times you can't even see the plug, because when you are going for a night trip, or if you're going for, I don't know, an evening trip, it gets pretty dark down there and you can't see your left hand from your right. And lastly, the process requires you to hold the trailer plug in your right hand, hold open the plug cap with your left hand, and you're going to need a third leg or double up on your Viagra, because you need a third body part to hold your weight and balance while you're doing this in an awkward position. So I've lived with this problem for a very long time, until last week I was just driving behind a Chevy Silverado, and the tow plug was right next to the license plate in plain view. I can plug whatever I want without bending over. Unless you're into that kind of thing, then I recommend you follow my OnlyFans page, where I find new and exciting kitchen appliances to shove up where the sun doesn't shine. So let's go ahead and get with it, guys. I did find a solution to my problem, and I'm going to be installing it today, and I'm going to be trying it out. Okay folks, so I reached out to this company called Nightlight to see if they can offer me a solution. So before you is a box that will solve all my problems, and I speak for all straight men out there. No more bending over or getting on your knees ever again with Nightlight trailer plug extension kit. Let's check it out. Comes with instructions. You know what I do with instructions, right? I toss them. You know why? Because we have YouTube videos on everything. Let's check this out. Here you go. Here is the port that we're going to be plugging into, and it has 6 prongs. But if you look underneath your GX460, you're going to also notice that it doesn't only just come with 6 prongs, it also comes with a 4 prong. Okay, so my boat has 4 prongs, my travel trailer has 6 prongs. Okay, so luckily for you, Nightlight has a solution for that. It also comes with the optional 4-prong plug right here. 4 prongs and 6 prongs. Okay, and how do we hook up this together? It comes with a bracket plate for you to install your round plug, and it's going to come with an adapter plate right here for you to add onto your 4-prong plug right here. Comes with all the hardware included, and I'm going to show you how to put all this together. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I'm going to start organizing my hardware. Okay, I'm going to have my product right here. I'm going to have my brackets lying right in the middle. You got 3 different brackets right here. My hardware, I'm going to have 1, 2 long bolts, I want to have 1, 2, 3, 4 short bolts, and I'm going to have 2 teeny weeny fasteners. Okay, so we count out our nuts right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is perfect because we have 2 for the long and we have 4 for the short bolts. The little 2 teeny weeny one fasteners don't need a nut because they are going to get screwed directly into the plate itself. So first of all, you're going to have to figure out where you're going to want to install this plug, and the obvious choice is going to be somewhere that's going to be reachable to the rest of your electrical harness that's going to be on your travel trailer and on your boat. So you don't want to be too far off on the corners right there. And my best location that I really wanted to do this is directly right in front of my OEM plug or somewhere close to it. So I'm going to probably put it like right here, but you got to make sure that you have enough platform under here to start drilling and installing your bracket. So if you look under here, there's a really thin piece of plastic that's on your bumper lip right here, but it comes out wider right here, and this is where I actually want to install my plug. So it's going to end up looking sort of like this right here. After I find my spot, I'm going to take my main bracket right here that came out of the box, and see these 2 mounting holes right here. I'm going to go ahead and mark these 2 holes somewhere on the bottom of my bumper lip right here. I'm going to take my Sharpie, mark my spots, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Clean up the holes. We're going to take our plug, we're going to take the big end, set it down, we're going to take the small end, and we're going to slide it through our bracket, our main bracket right here. We're going to take our 4-pin plug right here and slide it along with it through the hole. Once it goes through the hole, we're going to remember that the L-shaped bracket part, the mounting part right here, is going to go screwed up into our bumper, so we're going to want this face up. So depending how you want your plug to open up, the cap to open up, I'm going to have mine open up to the sky just like this, or I'm going to have it facing this way with the mounting plate facing up. Okay, so we're going to take our next bracket, this L bracket right here, we're going to look at the shape. See how this round part right here, this round part is going to go towards the main bracket. You know why? Because the main bracket right here is round to fit your main plug. So we're going to take it, and we're not going to put it in between the plug and the main bracket because we don't want this to be lifted on one side. We're going to take this and we're going to put it behind the main bracket. Okay, so now that you have your main plug, your main bracket, and the small bracket all together, you're going to line up these 2 holes through all 3 parts, the main plug, the main bracket, and this L-shaped bracket. We are going to take our small fastener and we're going to line up the holes and go through all 3 parts right here. There you go. We're going to take this, we're going to put it behind here, and we're going to take a nut and screw the nut right behind this fastener. So I temporarily installed it right there. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for this hole right here. Slide it through all 3 parts. We're going to put the nut behind here and we're going to screw it. Okay, so this side right here is also going to take those 2 small bolts, but it's not going to have an extra bracket, so it's just going to go through 2 parts. Okay, it's going to go through the main plug and it's going to go through the main bracket. You're going to put it through this top hole right here, go through the second hole, and we're going to put the nut on here. At this point, you can screw it all the way down by hand, but not too tight. The reason why I'm not tightening it all the way down because I want a little bit of play in order to line up the rest of the holes. Okay, once I have all the bolts in all 4 holes, then I can go ahead and tighten them down. So here's the last bolt, and I'm going to screw in this last nut right here. Now I can screw it all the way down, guys. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Done and done. Okay, and the cap is going to lift up towards the mounting plate right here. So in order to tighten these 4 up, I'm going to get my trusty motor right here with my Phillips head. I'm going to get an 8mm wrench. I'm going to hold the nut in the back with my 8mm. And I'm just going to tighten all these 4 screws. Done. Now that we got the main plug out of the way, we are going to do the next part. We're going to set the long screws aside because these are going to be mounted to the vehicle itself. We're going to take the 2 small screws and we're going to attach it to this. But first, we're going to take our 4-pin plug right here and we are going to slide it into this slot right here. See this big open slot? We're going to slide it in here. And you're probably going to wonder, where am I going to slide it? Because there's so many spots to slide it. Well, you want to be able to use this cap, right? So you're going to take the portion with the cap and you're going to make sure that that section right there is going to be in front of the bracket on this side of the plane. Okay, so you're going to slide it down. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, there you go, let's slide it in there, just like that. See that? The reason why I'm doing like this is because we don't want this to slide back out, and this is what this locking mechanism is for. It's to put over here. It's like this. You're going to take the 2 small screws and you're going to screw it in here to lock your side plug in place. I'm screwing it by hand because these are prone to get stripped if you use a fast motor on them. See, once I get a couple of threads on there and I know for sure that it's in its threads, I'm going to go ahead and screw it with my motor. Now that I screwed it in with my motor, I'm going to go get a Phillips screwdriver and I'm going to confirm that it is indeed tight by doing it by hand one last time. There you go. Pretty tight. Pretty tight. Pretty tight. Bam! Bingo! Not bad. Now let's go ahead and install this on the vehicle. So what we want to do first before we install anything is we kind of want to go ahead and plug in our nightlight plug into our OEM plug. Okay, so here we go. I'm just opening up the plug right here and I'm going to stick this portion in. Like I said, it's pretty dark down here. So whenever you start installing stuff down here, it's a little difficult to see. Unless you got your flashlight shining down here. So when you plug it in, it's going to look like that. You open up the lid right here and you plug in the nightlight plug into your OEM socket. Okay, and now we are going to install our main bracket into these 2 holes up here that I drilled out prior. I'm going to take my long bolts right here. I'm going to slide it through the holes of the brackets right here. I'm going to go ahead and just take both bolts. There you go, just like that. I'm going to line it up with these holes right here and I'm going to slide it through the holes. Perfect fit. I'm going to take my nuts and I'm going to screw it from the other end right here. I'm going to do everything blindly. I can't really bring my camera back there for you guys. Only thing I could do is just describe it. And it is fairly easy to do because there's so much open space back here. Okay, I'm going to do it to this side right here. Fitting a 8mm doggy bone wrench back there won't be an issue either. I'm just going to go old school and use a Phillips screwdriver and just screw it in by hand. No big deal. I'm going to go ahead and hold the nut with my hand first because it's still loose back there. I'm just going to do it by hand and I can actually tighten it without the nut even moving. Look at that. Actually doing it by hand's a lot easier. You're not slipping all over the place. And there you go. Done. So let's check it out. I grabbed my travel trailer plug right here, 6-pin. And this is what I'm talking about when I said there's a key. There's one side that's square. The rest is round, but only one side that's square. That square side right here is going to go towards this key mark right here. It's a square key mark. Let me bring the camera closer. It's this key mark right here. The whole thing is round, but you've got one square key mark right here. So when you plug in your plug, you're going to take this key mark right here, and you are going to follow the path of that key mark right there. You're going to go plug it in, lock it into place. Bingo, that's what it looks like. So let's go ahead and test it out. Is it working, guys? Well, there you guys have it, man. Works perfect, worked like it should be, and I don't have to bend over backwards just to plug in my boat and my trailer anymore. All right, peace out.